All right, so to make these masks, I've got my 7x9, not the 6x9 that everybody's doing, but I'm making a 7x9 so that it curves around the face like so, which means it's easier to put over an N95 mask and just more comfortable to wear and seals the top edge a little bit better. So, don't worry about color. Don't worry about having your bobbin color match your whatever. It doesn't matter. They're desperate and they're dying out there. So I've got my elastic, which I cut at 6.5. It's 1/8 inch flat. Actually 6 and then 1/8. So you sew down to your elastic. Make sure you catch that. That's the most important part. If you're the underneath is cotton flannel. The top part is cotton. I have them face to face. If your cotton material is a little bit smaller than your flannel, then you don't have to worry about having to check edges and make sure that you didn't have a problem. So I start with the short edge just because that's how I started it, and I'm so used to it now. And then I put the quarter, I've just put my elastic in there.
Half inch in or what?
Really just to the edge, but since my other edge is shorter, I just gave it a little extra. But yeah, I usually just go straight to the edge.
How far out, though?
I am sewing at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And here we go. Sewing down to the next one. You have to stretch it because it's a little shorter, but elastic right now is really hard to come by. So that little bit less that I'm using actually is useful in general too. Let's see. Really don't worry about any little folds or anything. When you get to this last corner, you're taking this other edge.
Oh, now I see how you're doing it.
Oh, you haven't watched any of these, that's right. Hubby has been wonderful about cutting all the material for me and the elastic. And you make an assembly line. Literally, I have a basket of elastic over here, and do yourself a favor, fill a bunch of bobbins at one time, because just the time it takes to fill a bobbin, you just don't have that extra time, because we're really doing this assembly line as quick as possible because there are nurses out there that are dying for these. So I just shored up a corner that I had clearly not gotten. Oh, and I just snip it always close to the material so that I have one less thread. So that's a little close because that might potentially fray. So I'm just going to go out a little bit more for that one. Ideally, I don't have to do this, but sometimes you do. Again, cut close. And this side, that'll probably, well, I'm going to give that a little bit better seam allowance too. There we go. Don't worry about cutting your threads. The only ones I cut are on the outside. Now I turn it inside out. I gave myself about 1.5 inches. When I don't give myself at least that, I spend so much time turning it that it's not worth that extra time. It's really, we're trying to do this ASAP, as quick as possible, and it looks like I goofed and the inside is the outside. Oh well. It'll just be a little bit lighter mask. Now I fold, fan folds. This is one of the harder parts. So I start about that far from there, and you can see my folds is about, I don't know, what is that, about a 3/8?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Don't try to stick yourself too often. I don't even close this anymore. I used to, but honestly, in order to get these out, it gets sewn up. Trust me, it's not going to fray. And you're not even going to see it because it's going to get folded in. Like so. See? Can't even see that that wasn't sewn on the outside. All right, so now I fold the other one the same way. So you have to make sure that your folded ups are with the folded ups. Can't believe I did the inside for the one time we're going to do a YouTube for me. Oh well. All right, so now this top edge where it's on the outside of the fold, I'm now going to fold this way. This is what makes mine different from a lot of others. So that just one there and one here.
Why do you do that?
About what, 3/8
Why?
with a quarter? Is that about
Because
right?
it helps to seal it against your nose a lot tighter.
It does. It's so
And it
in
puts
the
less.
end, I'll show you what it looks like. In the end, it looks like so. Pretend that it's around my ears. I'm wearing earring protection because this has been really loud all day long.
It's an old singer.
So, anyway, now we're going to just sew this, and you start on one side of the pin section. And so ideally I want to be in about yay. Thank goodness for a beautiful old singer that's been through 2 world wars and probably did a lot of the sewing for the wars. 1911 machine. Can go through anything. Now this is the point where you got to make sure your elastic is outside, because otherwise you sew your elastic in. Oops. And I just went over a pin. As you can see, this machine can handle it. Okay. On the 3 sides. Some people have been sitting there and ironing pleats. That's ridiculous. We need them out there. Okay, so now we can take this side and we just sew it down. Sometimes I don't, but honestly it takes less time to sew it down than it does to start and stop again at the other edges. So now I go around, you got to go around twice, because honestly sometimes it doesn't catch well, and even if it does, you need to make these durable, because they're going to be using them for a long time.
Hopefully not.
Well, days and days is a long time.
Yes.
Alright, so I sometimes come out further with the second one. Don't worry about it, having it go over the other one as a beautiful, beautiful piece, because honestly, they just need them fast. So you can see this takes about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 when I have to deal with goofs like I did on this one. And voila!
Perfect.
Yep. So, and then we go to the next one.
Okay.
We're done.
Thank you and God bless.